Hey guys, I'm back for part 3 of the peer pressure tips. So there are 3 things that kids really have control over when they're in the preschool age. It's their language, being able to talk, and whether or not they want to use their language, which is why I have this blog, so I can help you guys encourage your children to use their language in ways that are fun and engaging and make them feel motivated to use their language. And then also what we're talking about, the peer pressure. Within peer pressure is potty training, which we talked about last time, and eating. Eating is something that is very difficult for a lot of parents to work with their children. They're very picky, or they have a texture thing, they don't like certain foods, and that is something that a lot of people struggle with. And so we're going to talk about peer pressure and eating today. So there are a lot of things that you can do to encourage your child to eat just on your own. Some of the things that I've done or recommended is tell your child how many bites they have to have, and have like little animals lined up, or whatever they like, little cars lined up, how many bites. So they have 5 cars if they have to have 5 bites, and every time they take a bite they get to zoom that car off the table. And they're so excited about it because they took a bite and they get to zoom that car. They're waiting to get to zoom that car off the table. And it's very rewarding for them to take a bite of food. So those are some of the things that you can do at the dinner table to get your child to eat a little bit more. Encouraging them to have a no thank you bite. Some people call it that. We always do it, try it, you'll like it, from, can't remember which show my kids used to watch, but try it, you'll like it. And so they totally do. They'll try it, and they can still say they don't like it, and they don't have to have any more, but at least they're trying it. My daughter found out that she really likes pickled beets that way, which I am not a big fan of, but she totally likes them now because she tried it and she liked it. So those are some of the things you can do to, and also the no thank you bite, you can try it and then say no thank you. If you don't want any more, you don't have to have any more after that. But encouraging your children to at least try things is really, really helpful, so that because they don't know what they like, and they don't know what they'll enjoy if they're not even trying it. And so getting them to try things is the biggest battle, just making sure that they're going to try it. Some ways to use peer pressure for eating is having a picnic. Invite all of the neighbor kids over and let them have a picnic, and you can just walk away. Give them a bunch of different things to try, and if you have an older child in that group, you can have them be in charge and say, okay, make sure everybody gets one, and they can try it and then ask for more. And for each thing you can have some goldfish, because most kids like goldfish. You can have raisins, which a lot of kids don't, but they are trying one little thing of each thing, and all of the kids are trying it. And so it's not as big of a deal if everybody's trying it and mom's not trying to make you do it. Like, that's what's so hard, is they're trying to figure out what they like on their own. But if they're with peers, then the pressure's kind of off. Like, it's not as big of an expectation. It's just what everybody's doing, no big deal. You can have tea parties, picnics. Those are really, really helpful. If you can invite them over to dinner sometimes and just let the kids have their own dinner, you put all the food out and you walk away. Because as soon as they see their friends and their cousins and their whoever else is eating, siblings don't work as well because they're used to being there with the parents when it's been a fight. So just putting all the food out there and walk away and just let the kids do their thing. If you do have an older kid that you really trust that can kind of encourage the eating sometimes, hey, have a bite. Here, I'm going to put this on your fork and then you can have a bite. That really helps them kind of think about it more and be more willing to try things if their peers are helping them, and are encouraging them and being like, oh, hey, we're all doing this. It's no big deal. Have a bite. Have a bite. That's a really good way to use peer pressure to help your children try new things and eat when they're really not wanting to, because that, like I said, those 3 things that they have control over, sometimes they really put up a fight for those things. They are really trying to have some sort of control in their lives, and that's all they've got, and so they take it to the limits, which is so hard as a parent to not be able to get your kid to eat their food or to go to the bathroom or to tell you what they want. And so that's what's really important, to be able to encourage them in a way that's not as demanding. It's less pressure. Just because all of the peers are doing it's no big deal. That's what we want them to think, like that they're doing this because they want to, because it's fun, and because that's what everybody's doing. It's great, you know. And so that's what peer pressure can do for this age of kids. So that's all I've got today. Tune in next week for another speech tip. We're going to kind of start gearing towards language now. We've gotten the peer pressure out of the way and how you can use it for speech and for all the other things that you're struggling with, but especially speech. We really want to dive into some speech tips and figure out how to get your kids talking and enjoying it and really knowing the benefit of using their words to tell you things. So that's all we've got for today. Make sure you stick your email in the subscription and so that you'll get notified when I have a new speech tip up. And we'll talk to you next time.